Hello everyone, hi, this is Weltha. Okay you guys, so today I'm going to make a okra stew recipe. And this is all the ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe. Okay? This is all you're going to need. Okay? Alright, so you're going to need some fresh okra. I found some fresh okra, you guys. Okay? And I got this at Weltha. Then I got some onions. And I'm using 1 onion, and I'm using fresh tomatoes. Okay, so that's about 5 tomatoes. Okay, and then I have some red pepper paste. See, some pepper paste. It's mild. Okay, and then I have some cornmeal and some flour mixed together. All right, and I'm gonna use a little bit of butter. Okay, all right, and then the spices that I use, I combined all of them in this little bowl right here. That's all my spices, and I'll show you what the spices are gonna be. Okay, so I used some black pepper. Okay, and then I used a little bit of salt, and then I used onion powder, and I combined them all together, and this is my spice for this meal. Okay, and that's it. That's all the ingredients that you're gonna need for this recipe. Okay, you guys, for this okra stew recipe. And you're gonna need some vegetable oil. Okay, and we're gonna go to this over to the skillet and fry it when we're done. And here are all the ingredients. Okay. Okay, just having a little fun spinning my doing my little spinner. Okay, you guys. All right, so you ready? You ready to get started and make a delicious recipe with me? Come cook with me. All right, so let's move this to the side. And I'm gonna get my chopping board out. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna chop up the vegetables, you guys. So I'm gonna start with my tomatoes. Okay, so we're gonna get these tomatoes and chop them up, and you can chop them up in whatever shape or form that you want to chop them up in. Okay, no special way. And I probably should have speeded up the video while I was doing this, so hold on, you guys. So only thing I'm doing is just chopping up the tomatoes. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to chop up the onions. Okay, so you're just gonna grab your onion and chop it up, you guys. That's all you're gonna do here. All right, and I'm just gonna slice it into different little slices. That's it. Okay. Okay, so the onions are done. Okay, so I added the onions to the bowl also. Okay, so we're gonna chop all the ingredients and put them all in this bowl. Okay, toss them around a little bit, have them all mixed together. All right. So next we're gonna chop up the okra, you guys, and then we're gonna get ready to start cooking this delicious okra stew recipe. Okay, so now let's get to the okra. Okay, and look at this. I have fresh okra, you guys, and I found this okra at Winco. And I wasn't even shopping for okra, but I saw it and I was like, wow, okay, they got some fresh okra. I gotta make a recipe with this. So I was just happy to see it. So it made me want to make this okra stew today. So that's how that came about. Okay, and my mom, she always make this okra stew recipe, but she makes hers a different way, you guys. So I'm not gonna make it the way my mom make it. I'm gonna make it the way that I make it. Okay, this is Weltha's way. Okay, so I don't know how everyone else makes it, but this is the way that I'm gonna make my okra stew today. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we're gonna finish chopping up the okra, and I'm just slicing each okra into little pieces, just like that. And that's all I'm doing with the okra, okay, you guys? Okay, you guys, so the okra is all chopped up and ready to go, okay? So that's how it turned out, you see? So you just chop it up. It's very easy to do, okay? And now, you guys, we're going to mix everything together. Mix all the vegetables together. Yeah, some of the pieces I cut a little too wide, so I was just thinning them out. Okay? And then you just stir up all your vegetables together, you guys. And if you have a bigger bowl, use a bigger bowl, because I should have got a bigger bowl so that I can have room to stir it. But honey, we're gonna make this work. Okay, look at all those beautiful vegetables. Don't it look so refreshing? I love all the colors also. Okay, so I'm just adding my spices to it. And remember, it was just some regular salt, some onion powder, and some black pepper. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my flour and cornmeal mixed. Just add that to it, and then we're gonna stir all this together. All right, so now you're gonna stir it all together. And if you have a bigger bowl, it's much easier, you guys. Okay, so you just want to make sure all that mixture is all over the vegetables. Okay. All right, you guys. So now we're gonna go to the stove and we're gonna fry up this. Oh, first let me add a little more black pepper. You guys know I love my black pepper. Okay. All right. So now let's go to the stove. Okay, so you're gonna need a big skillet. So I have one of the biggest skillets that I have in my kitchen. And let me adjust the camera so you guys can see it. All right, so this is the skillet, you guys, that I'm using. It's a really huge one. And then, and you know what? I don't even have a lid for this skillet, but we're going to use it, okay? So we're going to put some butter in the skillet first. Let that butter melt, you guys. Then you're going to add your cooking oil to that also. Okay. We're going to let all of this get combined together. And then we're going to add the the vegetables that we just chopped up, okay? Okay. All right, so now we're gonna add everything to the skillet. See, I got all the cornmeal and flour mixed all over the vegetables. And you're gonna need a pretty big skillet if you want to add all of this to it, okay? So make sure you have a nice size skillet. And then you just spread it all out throughout the skillet. Make sure it's evenly spread it through the skillet, you guys. And I'm just patting it down. And the stove is on like a medium high, so it's not too high and it's not too low. I don't want this to boil. I want it to like kind of fry and get crispy on the back side. And then we're gonna flip it over when it's nice and crispy on that side. Okay, so it's not actually like frying it, but I want it to get crispy a little bit on the other side, okay, before we flip it over. And we're gonna let that sit for cook for about 10 minutes before we toss it over. Okay, so I'm looking for a lid to put over this, which I don't have. So you guys, I'm gonna have to use something else, okay? So I'm gonna get my chopping board to put on top of this since I don't have a lid, okay? Alright, so I'm just gonna use my chopping board just like that, okay? And we're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes with the lid over it, okay? So if you have a skillet with a lid, you put your lid over it, okay? All right, and then after 10 minutes, you guys, you're gonna check it. And here we go. Ooh, don't that look delicious? So delicious. Look at all those colors. Look at that. You see, I wanted it to get a little crispy on that side. That little crispiness on the back side, it's gonna make it taste so good. Okay, so you're just gonna stir all this together, you guys. And then we're gonna let it cook for a few more minutes. This is an easy meal to make, and it doesn't take long. So just pat all that down. Okay, you see how delicious it looks? Looks so good, huh? I'm just doing a little extra patting down the vegetables. That's all I'm doing here. Get all that goodness off that spoon. That deliciousness. Don't want it to go to waste. Okay. All right, so. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is put the lid back over it for about 10 more minutes, okay? We're almost done, you guys, okay? All right, and after 10 minutes, here's what it looks like. Look at that. Voila, it's done. Okay, and then we have a few more steps to do, and we'll be done. Okay. So the hard part is over. So now what we're gonna do is stir all this together. I'm gonna toss it around. All right, you guys, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next to make this even more delicious. All right, so I'm just trying it to make sure that the flavor is there, and I don't need any more spices, and I think it's good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the mild pepper paste, okay? And I got this at a African grocery store, you guys. So we're gonna add this, okay? And I'm gonna put about 3.5 spoons because that's how much is left in this jar. It's so good. I gotta go back to the store and get some more of this sauce at that African grocery store. I have to make another trip because it's so good. I'm gonna keep that in my kitchen. That sauce is delicious. Okay, so I'm just adding the paste. Okay, so it's about 3.5. All right, and then you're just gonna stir all that together. Mix it all together, you guys. It's really thick too, with a lot of flavor. It's so good. Okay. And I'm just tossing, just trying to make sure it gets all through all of the okra and the tomato mix, okay? Okay, and I know that some people don't like okra because it's like slimy, but the way that I'm cooking it now, you guys, it makes it less slimy, and it's not like a slimy dish. So that's why I like to make it this way, because it's not slimy. Okay, so if you follow the steps that I did, yours can be good also. Okay, so I'm gonna add some cayenne pepper, just a little bit, give it a little bit more spice, but not too hot. Okay, because when I eat something spicy, I like for it to be spicy, but not like so spicy that I can't I can't taste it. I don't want it to be too spicy, is what I'm trying to say, you know. I like a little spice though. Okay, so just stir all that around, make sure the flavor is all throughout the dish. Okay, all right, so next, you guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little water to that jar, and then put some water, shake it up and pour the water mix in there. So I'll show you guys, hold on. Just 1 minute, okay? All right, so, okay, well, first I'm gonna add the lid. Okay, so I covered it for about 5 minutes, okay, to let that simmer in with the flavors. Okay, so now we're gonna take the lid off, okay, and voila, look at that. Looks so delicious. Don't that look good, you guys? Okay, so I'm just gonna stir it around, just stir it up a little bit. Okay, it's perfect. It's not slimy or anything, you guys. It's gonna be so good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys a closer look. You see that? Look delicious, huh? All right, so now I added some water to the jar to get all the rest of the sauce out of there, and I needed some water, so why not use the jar, right? Don't let anything go to waste. All right, so next you're just gonna pour that over the stew, and you're gonna stir up the okra stew. You're gonna stir it all together. Okay, well, we're almost done, you guys. This is almost done. All right, so I'm just putting my finishing touches on this okra stew recipe, and I'm trying to show you guys a closer look so that you can see it. You see that it's not slimy. It's a nice dish, delicious dish, you guys. It has a lot of flavor too. Okay, and I don't eat okra a lot, but when I eat it, I like to eat it like this. Okay, or fried. It's another way that I eat my okra also, when it's just fried. But I haven't made fried okra on my show yet, but I will. Okay, so now I'm adding some more water to it just to give it a little bit more. Okay, and that's it, you guys. We're pretty much done with this dish. This is the okra stew recipe. Look at that. Looks good, huh? All right, you guys. And you know what I'm going to eat with this? I made some fufu with this, you guys. I made it. So that's going to be another video that I will release right after this video. I will release the fufu video also, okay? Because I made some fufu with it. And that's what we ate with this okra recipe. This okra stew recipe. I had fufu with it, okay? So I will release that video next. All right, so okay, so I want to do another spinner. So there we go. I needed to spin it again. Okay, this is the okra stew recipe. All right, you guys. Okay, look at that. Here's a closer look. Don't it look delicious? All right. All right, so we're going to make a plate, you guys. And I'll show you how I'm going to eat this with my fufu. Okay? So I'll make a dish. I'm going to make a plate, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to serve this up, okay? But first, I'm just trying to show you that it's not slimy at all. See? It's a stew. Look at that. See? Nice and delicious. An okra stew recipe. Okay? All right, you guys. Okay. Okay, you guys. Okay, so now let's make a plate. Okay? I'm going to show you how I'm going to eat it. Okay? So, move that to the side. All right, so here's my plate. Okay? And here's my fufu that I made, okay? I made this homemade at home, you guys. I bought the mixture that was in a box, and I made this fufu at home, and I'm so proud of myself because, honey, it took a lot of work to make that fufu. You gotta have some strong arms to make that fufu, and I did it. So I will release the video for that next. That would be my very next video, so you guys can see how I made the fufu, okay? And so I'm just plating up the okra stew recipe. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna eat it with the fufu, okay? And there you have it. You have a delicious plate of okra stew. Don't that look good? Delicious okra stew recipe. And I served it up with some fufu. And my tomatoes for the garnish, okay? Look at that. Don't it look delicious, you guys? Take a closer look. It's so good. Never thought like little simple flavors, little simple vegetables would taste so good, but this is so delicious, you guys. If you haven't tried this dish, try it. It's really good. It's delicious. Okay, and there you have it. You have delicious okra stew recipe. Delicious. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and make sure that you keep a lookout for the next video. Okay, my next video will be the fufu. Okay, so stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you set your notification bell so you know when I upload that video, okay? And don't forget to subscribe and hit your notification bell so you know when I upload my video, okay? And I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you.